you know, in Australia, we don't have hash. But
I love hash.
The hash is great,
It's
right?
great. Use it for everything. If you make a nice brisket, if you make a beautiful roast pork, if you make turkey, hash is great.
It's unreal. So, you know, in the UK, where I lived for a long time, we do a thing called bubble and squeak.
Sure, yeah.
Which is a little bit similar. But what I've got is just some leftover mashed potatoes, right? And I've got a whole egg, which I'm going to add to my mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
And this is just a way to get all that stuff out of the fridge, because you don't want it sitting in there too long, and then you come back to it.
It'll go
you're
south,
like,
exactly. And then you end up throwing it away. And literally, my mother would cry if she forgot leftovers in the back of the fridge, and she'd have to put it away.
It's horrible.
She hates it. She really would, because, you know, they grew up with not a lot of money, 10 kids. And
10 kids?
My mom's one of 10, the first of 10. And they did not waste anything. For her, it's literally emotional. It makes her cry if she has to throw away food.
Yep, I feel the same way.
Yep.
That's just because I'm a tight
egg
ass.
and a little flour. We're overtired.
Egg and a little flour. So you just mix that together, right? And you know the egg binds it, and the flour helps it cook. So what we're going to do is get that started first of all, and you can just go ahead and make these up, right? And you just get them into your hand and roll them into a bit of a bowl.
You want me? Can I use this?
Yeah, go for it. Roll them like that.
Mine's a bit of a big one.
Squash them down.
Make little patties, squash them down.
Little patties. Pop them into a pan, and they're going to go beautiful and crunchy on the outside, and still nice and fluffy on the inside, which is just how you want them.
Yum!
Right, so just...
Oh, and it's so much fun to play with your food.
Isn't
this feels so good. It's like Play-Doh, and you can eat it. Delicious. You know, my mash, I always put in, for every 3 or 4 starchy potatoes, I put it in a big parsnip.
Yep.
I love parsnips and potatoes together. It's delicious. They give the potatoes a little bit of attitude. It's delicious.
And that's the good thing about leftovers. It's like, it depends on what's in your fridge as to what you should put into these
Yeah, of course.
So I'm going to chop up a couple of onions, a little bit of garlic. I've got some scallions here. And like I said, you know, any other veggies that you've got kicking around.
Going back here.
So we're going to go into the front one there, yep.
Front one, a little extra oil back there.
And this is going to be the hash. So
you need a scoop thing.
I need one of your...
bench scrapes. There you go, a little food mover.
Little food mover. So we get that in there. I like that. I like all your gadgets.
Thank you.
You've done a good job. Okay, so you just...
You want some garlic in there?
A little bit of garlic, yep, perfect.
I'll grate some in.
Lovely. And then, like I said, any veggies you want, but I've got some bell peppers that I've just diced up. So you go ahead and throw those in too. And then, of course, the roast turkey. You like that? Mm-hmm, they can smell the garlic.
Smell the turkey. Got the turkey.
So got the turkey, and what you do with the turkey is literally just go ahead and chop it up. So it doesn't have to be perfect.
S&P, okay? A little salt, pepper?
Yeah, please. And you let those onions sort of sweat down a little bit.
I left the water running. It's one of those touch ones, but it's kind of annoying. It can get cheeky, because if you touch it twice quickly, it goes on and off all by itself. It's very cheeky.
So I'm just going to go ahead, chop all this up, and you can even break it too. Like if you've got bits of meat that just sort of fall apart, and it doesn't matter if it's turkey, you can do it with beef, you can do it with leftover sausage.
Anything, leftover roast pork. Brisket is delicious hash. Turkey's great hash. Hash is awesome.
Right, so you get that going with your onions, and you're just going to toss that together.
I got a little bit of gravy going over here. What's going on in this guy?
We're going to do some eggs. So
Gotcha.
I've got a couple of eggs here.
Let me turn him down then if he's for eggs, because he's way high.
That's nice and high.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So we get those working. Because I love a sunny side egg on top, because the egg yolk acts as a bit of a sauce as well. So
yeah, it helps bring everybody together and get along nicely.
It does, doesn't it?
And you have your leftover gravy.
Leftover gravy, so of course you're going to use that. And then as soon as you sort of get a nice crispness to these little potato pancakes that we've made here, and you've got that turkey. Remember, the turkey's already cooked, so you want to...
You're just heating it back through, really.
Absolutely. You sweat those onions down, you get the flavour in there.
And you got some scallions you're going to chop for the top.
Couple of scallions, because of course they're kicking around the bottom of the fridge.
I'm going to turn the eggs off because they look great.
They look
They're
perfect.
pretty. They're real close there.
Okay, very good. And then the scallions go in last of all. Right?
Gotcha.
We throw that into the hash as well to give it a little bit of colour and, of course, that beautiful sort of oniony flavour.
You want the gravy to go in there, or you're just going to pour it over the top?
I'm going to pour the gravy over the top. So,
all right.
Let's get these beautiful...
Here's a plate up there. Just make them one so they can take a look at what it looks like. Beautiful.
There we go.
Lovely.
A little hash.
A little hash.
Just on the side.
Gravy.
Little gravy.
Gravy next.
Gravy next. Then we just put an egg.
I don't know that you're gonna make it out of this room alive. They sound very, very hungry now that you've
They
looked
kind of
at
like that, don't they?
This is getting a little frightening. They're like, ah, I want that now.
And then some of that leftover gravy, which is just so...
Oh, baby.